The rescued alien girl never forgot the human who saved her one. The crash. The skies of Allura 4 were burning. A colony transport, shot down during an evacuation, spiraled through violet clouds before breaking apart over frozen plains. Among the wreckage, a young alien girl crawled free. Her breathing was shallow, her silvery skin coated in ash. She was barely 12 cycles old. Her people called her Lyra. The cold bit into her bones, and the screams of the fallen echoed around her. She didn't understand human words, but she heard one sound that would stay with her forever. Hold on. Through the smoke came a figure in torn armor, dragging survivors away from a burning wreck. A human, wrapped in nothing but a cracked suit and stubbornness. His name was Eli Ward, relief pilot, stranded after his ship had gone down trying to escort the civilians. He found her trapped beneath a spar of metal, her small hands trembling. Without hesitation, he lifted the beam, blood dripping down his arms. "You're okay," he said, though she didn't understand. She just looked at him and knew she was safe. To the shelter. For 3 days the storm howled. Eli built a shelter from the wreckage, patching holes with tarps, melting snow for water. The girl barely spoke, her language a melody of hums and soft consonants, but she followed him everywhere, wide-eyed. He learned her name from the sound she made pointing at herself. Lyra? She learned this from the way he tapped his chest and said, "Eli?" Despite everything, she laughed once, when he tripped carrying a ration pack and spilled half his food into the snow. That tiny laugh was the first warmth he'd heard since the crash. 3. The rescue signal. Every night, Eli climbed the ridge to try to boost a distress signal from his comms beacon. Lyra watched from below, wrapping herself in his spare flight jacket. She would hum to herself, soft, mournful tunes that sounded like prayers. On the 4th night, she followed him to the ridge. He looked out across the endless snow, the beacon's weak light blinking red. "You got family somewhere," he said softly. "We'll get you home." She didn't understand his words, but she heard the promise in them. That night, the beacon caught a signal. Human rescue ships had entered orbit for the goodbye. When they found the survivors, Lyra refused to let go of his hand. The medics had to coax her away gently. Eli smiled, exhausted. "You're safe now. That's all that matters." As the ship lifted off, she pressed her small hand to the viewport glass, watching him disappear below in the snow, the strange, fragile human who had faced death to keep her alive. 5. The years between. Time passed. The galaxy changed. Peace came and went in waves. Lyra grew. The girl who had once clung to survival became an ambassador, a voice for her people, the Valoran Union. Yet no matter where she traveled, she carried one item with her, a broken human dog tag that read Ward. Every speech she gave ended with the same words, translated across dozens of worlds. Compassion is not bound by species. I know this because a human once gave everything to protect a child he did not know. 6. The reunion. 2 decades later, on the anniversary of the Valora 4 evacuation, a humanitarian delegation landed on Earth. When Lyra stepped on the platform, the crowd erupted in welcome, and then she froze. In the back row, standing quietly in worn civilian clothes, was a man she had thought long dead. Eli Ward. He looked older, lined by years of service, but his smile was the same. She crossed the stage before anyone could stop her and wrapped her arms around him. "You live," she whispered in halting human speech. "Always meant to keep that promise," he said softly. The cameras captured the moment. The alien ambassador and the human pilot reunited at last. 7. The legacy. Their reunion became a symbol, not of romance or legend, but a connection. A reminder that in the endless divide of stars and species, empathy was the rarest, bravest form of courage. When asked what she remembered most, Lyra always said, "He didn't save me because I was Valoran. He saved me because I was alive." And for the rest of her life, whenever she saw snow fall, she would close her eyes and remember the warmth of a human hand reaching through fire.